The Orlando Magic basically cleaned house. They got rid of all their talented players. Vucevic is gone to the Bulls. Gordon's with the Nuggets. Fournier goes to the Celtics. The Orlando Magic are hitting the reset button again. They're going to build their team again with Jonathan Isaac, Fultz, and whoever they get this year with this 2021 draft pick. It looks like they're just going to tank. They completely depleted that team. That team is going to be atrocious the rest of the season. I would be very surprised if Orlando wins more than like six games remain in their whole remaining schedule. They completely tore that team apart. They're going to tank. They're going to build with Jonathan Isaac and Fultz. Hopefully Fultz comes back strong. He had a pretty good start to the season, and I was happy to see him progress as a player. And unfortunately, he got hurt. He's out for the season, but we'll see how he returns. But the trades, Vucevic goes to the Bulls. Aaron Gordon goes to the Nuggets. Evan Fournier goes to the Celtics. The trades were Wendell Carter, Otto Porter, 2021 first-round pick, 2023 first-round pick for Vucevic and Aminu. The Evan Fournier trade, 2 second-round picks, and Jeff Teague for Fournier. And the Aaron Gordon trade, Gary Harris, RJ Hampton, 2025 first-round pick for Aaron Gordon and Gary Clark. So basically, out of all of this, out of trading their 3 best players, the Magic get Wendell Carter, young player. You know, he still has some upside. We'll see how he does with Orlando. Otto Porter, a veteran with a huge contract. Didn't live up to that contract. He's still young, but he's not that young where you're very excited about his potential. He's going to be a solid scorer. We'll see what they do with him. 2021 first-round pick, 2023 first-round pick. It looks like the Bulls are going to make the playoffs, so I don't know how valuable those are going to be. 2 second-round picks for Teague for Fournier. Teague is going to get waived or already got waived. And then 2 second-round picks. We'll see if they could hit on any of those, but they're second-round picks, basically worthless in the NBA. Gary Harris, RJ Hampton, and a 2025 first-round pick for Aaron Gordon. Gary Harris, I actually have been a big fan of Gary Harris. He's a good defensive player. He has shown flashes of being able to be a good 3-and-D player. Struggled this year, hasn't been putting up that many points, has been hurt too. So we'll see which version of Gary Harris they get. RJ Hampton, a rookie, not really getting a lot of minutes. We'll see what they get with that. And a 2025 first-round pick. The Nuggets should be here for a while. They should be contending, or at least in the upper ranks of the West for a while. Jokic is still healthy. They get Aaron Gordon. He's still healthy and young. Jokic is still young. Murray's still young. So in 2025, 4 years from now, they should still be, one of the better teams in the West. So how good is that first-round pick going to be? And it's so far down the future, it kind of loses value too. So did they really get a haul? Did they get a lot of picks? Did they get a lot of capital for the 3 players that they gave up? Not really. But I think Orlando was fine with that. They kind of knew they weren't going anywhere with these 3 players anyway. They were just going to be stuck in purgatory, basically. Those slots in the East where you consistently make the playoffs, but yet you're not a contending team. You can make the playoffs in the East as a sub 500 team, which is crazy. Like, the NBA needs to do something about that, but that's a different topic for a different time. But the Magic were basically stuck in that hole that you don't want to be in, basically. You're a team that has no direction. You're not one of the contending teams. You're not a team that's really having a down year. You're pretty much playing up to your talent. So there's not potential. There's not really a lot of things to get excited about. Like, at least the Celtics. I think about the Celtics this year. They're like the 8th and 9th seed. But, it's kind of down year. All right. If we get hot, we can make some noise. We still got Brown. We still got Tatum. We got Brad Stevens, one of the best coaches. With the Magic, is like, all right, we're the 8th seed, we're the 7th seed, whatever they end up, or however they ended up the last few years. But that's it. That's realistically our cap. Like, we're not gonna go higher. We're not a threat. We're not one of the worst teams. We're not tanking. Like, so what direction are we really going? We're just stuck in the middle. We're not a team that's progressing. We're not a team that's gonna get a free agent to take us to the next step. And we're not tanking. We have good enough players to, keep us right there where we're at and not get an elite draft pick to help the team out. So they're pretty much stuck. So they chose to unstuck themselves and just tank. get rid of their best 3 players, and go from there. I don't blame them for that. Sometimes you got to do that, and it takes cojones to admit that you're not going anywhere. Just hit the reset. But for the Magic fans, I feel for you guys. You guys have been hitting the reset button for a while since Shaq left, since Howard left. Now, Vucevic leaves, 2-time All-Star. He's maturing into a great player, especially these last years. Aaron Gordon, a lot of promise that never really fulfilled. Evan Fournier, they signed him on like pretty good contract, decent player. He moves on too. But we'll see. We'll see if they're able to rebuild. We'll see if we look back at this and it was like, all right, you know what? Good decision for the Magic. You guys pulled the plug and now you guys built your way back up from the bottom, and that was the best thing you could have done. We'll see who they get with this pick this upcoming year. They're going to tank, so it should be a very high pick. We'll see what they do. Jonathan Isaac, he's a specimen. He could be a unicorn in the league. Fultz, he was supposed to be one of the best guards in the league. Started off slow, was getting better, got hurt. We'll see how they do. Good luck to the Magic, but good luck to these other teams too. I think these teams that got these players from the Magic are also making the right decisions. Gordon goes to the Nuggets. That one's probably the most intriguing one. He's going to play with Jokic. Jokic is an amazing player. Probably the best center in the league, or second best now that Embiid is playing amazing too. But Gordon to the Nuggets, I think with the environment that the Nuggets are going to present to him, he might be able to fulfill all his potential. He's a tweener. He's not really a small forward. He's kind of small for a power forward. What is he really? He doesn't shoot the 3 ball that well to be a stretch. He's a tweener, but tweeners have, gotten more attention these last few years since the NBA is going into a small ball. So we'll see if the Nuggets are able to fulfill his potential. I'm a very big fan of Gordon. I think he should have won those dunk contests, but that's a topic for another video. That's a topic for another episode. But I think the Nuggets didn't really give up a lot to get Gordon, and Gordon has a lot of potential still. Playing next to Jokic should be very interesting. The Nuggets are now one of the most fun, entertaining teams to watch, even more now with Gordon. I can't wait to see Jokic lob some passes to Gordon. We're going to see some real highlight stuff from the Nuggets. So if you guys have time, make sure to watch the Nuggets. And I'm happy for Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, one of the most underrated players in the NBA, finally got an NBA All-Star to his name this year, and he gets an All-Star teammate in Vucevic. Zach LaVine will be a free agent in 2022, so I think the Bulls know that. Obviously, they know that. That's why they trade for Vucevic. They're trying to show to Zach LaVine that, hey, we're not content. We want to get some players to help you out. Let's see what we could do. And I think this one's pretty entertaining too, because Vucevic, he could stretch the floor, he could get his points inside outside. Zach LaVine obviously could score from anywhere. He's a great slasher. He's super athletic. When he's hot from 3-point, he could score from anywhere. He could pull up from 30. So I'm excited to see those Zach LaVine and Vucevic pick and rolls, pick and pops, all of that kind. The Bulls have 2 All-Stars for the first time in what seems like a while. 2 offensive All-Stars too. This is going to be fun. I'm excited to see how the Bulls finish the season. I think they're going to climb up the rankings. Vucevic is going to make a big impact for Zach LaVine. And I'm going to be excited. The East looks like they're getting better now. I'm excited to see how the Bulls gel with this new All-Star that they're getting. But I'm the most excited for Zach LaVine, He got a lot of slack when he was with Minnesota, saying he was like the reason they weren't that good. They're trying to give all the credit to Wiggins and Cat. And, Zach LaVine was the scapegoat kind of, it seemed like, early on. But now he's the guy for the Bulls and he gets an All-Star teammate. So I'm excited to see what they could accomplish over there with the Bulls. Obviously, this doesn't make them contenders. This doesn't make the Bulls, a threat in the East. But it's getting them closer. If they show promise, if they, have a competitive playoff push, then maybe they could get a free agent this offseason. Zach LaVine, Vucevic, and another prime free agent. Then we could be talking about the Bulls next year, maybe being contenders, being up in the East standings again. But all around, the Magic getting rid of all their players really was intriguing. It was entertaining. And it makes the Nuggets a more serious contender. I mean, Gordon also doesn't move the needle that much, but he has the potential to. So just keep an eye out for it. And Zach LaVine with Vucevic, at the very least, is going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. It's going to make the Bulls a better team. And now the Magic get a direction. They know what they're doing. They're tanking and they're building for the future, and we'll see how that goes for them.